What's up guys? I've been getting quite a few people asking me how I make my videos, so I just wanted to show you a step-by-step tutorial on how I record and edit them. So first of all, we're going to hop here into MuseScore, and what I did is I transcribed the break into MuseScore because this is how you get the sheets, the scrolling sheets without the background on it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to change all of the black to white, so you're going to invert the color. If you don't know how to do that, I'll show you real quick. All you have to do is select these measures, go to appearance over here, and then click color, scroll down to white, and then okay, and that'll put most of it to white. Now what I'd go ahead and do is go to style settings, and right here where it says staff line thickness, you want to just put that all the way down to 0. As you can see, it kind of screwed things up a little bit, so all you want to do is just control shift and highlight all these and just go back to appearance. If it already says it's white but it's black, just hit the reset button and then scroll down to white, and then it's all good. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for all the rest of the black on this page. Alright, so once you have it all whited out, what you want to do is go to the top left corner over here and click Publish, and then you click Export, and make sure it's set to PNG images, because if it's a PDF, it'll screw things up later on. And make sure that transparent background is selected, and then click Export, and I'll name it the Boston Break. And then what you want to do is go to Safari or whatever you're on, Mac or whatever, and type in Canva. We're going to go to canva.com. create, and I usually do a 8.5 by 11 page, just like this. Alright, so once you're in, what you want to do is go to your Finder or whatever you're using, and I'm going to go here, MuseScore Scores, and then I'm going to find Boston Break PNG, and I'm just going to drag that over to here, and it should pop up, and then you can drag the corners to the corners of the page and it should line up, and then click Edit. You want to go to Shadows. Actually, I'm going to use Glow, and what you want to do is make it just to where you can see all the notes. Okay, and then next you click Share up here, click Download, make sure you click Transparent Background again, it's crucial, and then that'll download, and there it is. So we'll save that for later. What I'm gonna do now is find a background. So Boston's show this year was like, their uniforms were kind of blue, so I'm gonna find like a blue background. Just search it up. This one's pretty cool. I'm just gonna take that, save image to downloads. Alright, so once we're all done with that, we're gonna hop into CapCut, which I use to edit my videos. I just use the free version because it meets every need I have. The premium version is nice because there's more options for all the stuff that makes it look good, but for now the free version works great. So we're going to go ahead to import, and we're just going to import all of the media that we just captured. So here's the background, this is the video of me playing it, screen recording, audio from the break I recorded, and then last but not least the scrolling sheets. Alright, so first up we're going to add this as the main media, and we're going to go to ratio 9:16 because that's the TikTok / Instagram Reel, YouTube Shorts, whatever, and we're going to make that about this big. We can leave a little bit of space up at the end, it doesn't really matter. And then we want to add the video as an overlay, and once we have that video of the overlay, we're going to crop it just like that, just to where it's above my head. And whenever you're recording your video, you want to make sure that your whole pad is in sight if you want to do the floating pad method. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to do that floating pad method. So I'm just going to shrink this down a little bit because it doesn't need, I need more space for the video up top. You're going to go over to mask here, add mask, go to split, and this is going to split it in half. And you just want to drag it to, I go to about the corners of my drum pad right there. See, like those two corners right there. I go to about there, and then you want to add another mask, so this little plus, and click circle, and this will make the floating pad effect. So all you want to do is drag it to the desired size, and this looks about good for my pad. So then you just click out of that, back to basic, and that's the floating pad. Now we're going to add the audio for the video as well as the screen recording and slide that up there just like that. And now comes the semi-tricky part of lining up all the audios. So first I'm going to line up the Logic Pro audio with the video I took. It's a little bit flammed, so I'm going to adjust it. Alright, that's perfect. So once I get the video and the audio lined up, I'm going to go to the video that I took and turn the volume all the way down so you just hear the Logic Pro volume. Perfect. Now I'm going to line up the video as best as I can. Yeah, you can see like right there and right there lines up. Alright, that's perfect. So now what I'm going to do, stretch this all the way over here. You can select this and crop it right there. Now here comes the fun part, which is the scrolling sheets. Now how you do this is you want to take your sheets and you want to put them in between the base layer and the first overlay, which is your video, so that whenever I bring it under, it's still on top of the background, but it goes underneath my video. So now what you're going to do is you're going to find the very first note you play in the break or whatever you're recording. So in my case, it would be this first partial of the triplet right here. And we're just going to drag that music up to where you can see it. And you want to make sure you leave about a line's worth of space above the sheets, because whenever you move on, it's going to be scrolling up and you want to make sure you can still see the end of that line. So what you're going to do now is go over to this right corner where it says transform and click this little diamond button. That's a keyframe, which means wherever you like drag it, it'll always end up right here at this spot, no matter what. Alright, so now what you want to do is go ahead and go back to the very beginning, and you want to just drag the music down right to where it's out of place. And that'll automatically add a keyframe right there. And remember what I said about how wherever it is, it'll always end up at that one spot you just made. So if I click play, it slides up right as I hit that note. For the next step, you want to go to the second line and listen for the first note you play. So I play an eighth note right here, which means I'm going to go listen for that. Right there. And you just want to drag the music up to where that original line was. And remember how I said to leave the spacing? That spacing is for this right here to where you can still see it. Alright, and yeah, it automatically added a keyframe. So you just want to go row by row, listening for the first note and sliding the music up to where it lines up with the music. Alright, so once you get to the very end, what you want to do is click play until you hear your last note, and then you want to go add one more keyframe and then wait a little bit and slide that music all the way up, so it should look like this. Alright, perfect. So altogether the scrolling sheets look like this. Alright, so now comes the fun part, which is making it look good. And this is probably the easiest part of the entire thing. I just go to text, I add a default text, and I go and I click underscore until it reaches the sides of the video. And then I go down to this yellow font, this yellow glowing font, which I've been using. And you just want to copy and paste this text. And you just want to copy and paste this and put it on every border of the videos. Alright, it's looking pretty good. So now once we get all the borders done, make sure you select them and drag them all the way to the end of the video. And then one last little thing you can do to the floating pad to make it look really good is go back to the mask setting, make sure you click the circle, and down here where it says feather, the more you feather it, the more transparent the border gets. So if you feather it just a little tiny bit, just like that, it really gives it like depth and makes it look like there's a shadow there. And then one last thing you can do if you want is put a title on the video. So I'll say Boston 25 snare break. Make that go down right here. And then I like this font with the transparent background. And then you can just find a spot to slide it. I'll probably put it right here. And then if you want to, you can do a little animation in to get it in there. The pop-up is kind of cool. So I'll do that and drag it to about a second. And I'll make sure I drag that to the very end. Alright, and with that last final touch, we just finished the video. So here's the final result. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope it was helpful to you guys. If you have a couple hours of free time, it's a really fun thing to do. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.